please reference the wind sound effect from Virtua Fighter 3. But hold up, this is Fighters Megamix on the Sega Saturn, and this game leaves me speechless in so many ways. This is a combination or team-up of Sega's Virtua Fighter 2 and Fighting Vipers series, both of which are excellent Sega arcade fighting games which are similar but have slightly different styles. After I reviewed Fighting Vipers for the Sega Saturn, numerous people contacted me and said, "You need to review Fighters Megamix." You guys were right. I did need to review this game. The question is not whether or not Fighters Megamix is the best fighting game on the Saturn. The question is whether or not this is the best game on the Saturn. I did not have a copy, so one was loaned to me by Ryan in Eagan, Minnesota. Thank you for spending some of my money, because now I need to go buy my own copy. I can't live without this game. I was going to play a joke on you and mail back a scratched Virtua Fighter disc in the packaging, but I was afraid I'd give you a heart attack. There's 32 playable characters in this game, 10 of them are unlockable. It has that solid Virtua Fighter / Fighting Vipers style of gameplay. It's smooth, the loading times are fast. If you like any of the Virtua Fighter games, you owe it to yourself to find a copy of this. Period. Now I could split hairs and tell you this does round some of the edges off of Fighting Vipers and Virtua Fighter. The music is not quite as loud and cheesy as it is in Fighting Vipers, and the game's not as hard as the Virtua Fighter games, Virtua Fighter 2 in particular, although you can certainly adjust the difficulty settings. But what it does well. It perfectly combines two similar yet slightly different franchises. There's your standard arcade mode, there's a survival mode, and there's a team battle mode, and of course you can play your friends, which is the highlight of this game because there's so many characters to choose from, and some of them are really bizarre. Also, the game brings over the Smashable clothing / armor from Fighting Vipers for the Fighting Vipers characters, and some of the other ones like Janet from Virtua Cop 2, who is a playable character in this game. And it has that late 80s action-style movie effect when you really land a hit on somebody and it has to show it to you in multiple camera angles on repeat. There's Janet from Virtua Cop 2. You unlock the characters in this game fairly easily by playing through the arcade mode, which really isn't all that difficult. You'll find more challenge playing survival. And when you go through rounds A through D, don't forget to scroll down and make sure to continue. There's a plethora, love that word, plethora of environments in the game. A cornucopia of locations, most of which will certainly be familiar to you. And keep in mind, this is not like just buying a copy of Virtua Fighter 2 and a copy of Fighting Vipers. It is its own game. It combines the two, and if you're experienced at playing Virtua Fighter 2 in particular, you'll definitely want to up the difficulty setting. I can't believe Sega has not re-released this one as a downloadable game on one of the newer game consoles yet. This is just screaming for a re-release. With some graphical enhancements, this one would introduce a whole new generation to the Virtua Fighter and Fighting Vipers series. Although I think they need to call Capcom in for some help with giving it a title, because Fighters Megamix is kind of lame considering how good this game is. It should have been called something like Virtua Alpha Hyper Fighters Mega Gold Vipers Turbo Remix 7, featuring Virtua Fighter and Fighting Vipers characters Platinum.
Game over!
Rolling start.
Fight! Ready, go!
You can buy this game and a Saturn for a reasonable price. You can beat the crap out of the car from Daytona USA. It's one of the best fighting games in existence. It's Fighters Megamix.
Fight! Ready!